With spring just around the corner, we've been focusing our energy on both the inside and outside spaces of our 1920s bungalow by the sea this week. We also had a surprising revelation from our screeder, and we also talk about our renovation plans for this summer. Hi guys, welcome back to the bungalow. I'm currently in the garden, just having a bit of a chill. We've had a really productive weekend again. We had our lovely friends Grace and Sean who came yesterday. They helped us take up the wooden flooring that we're trying to save and use for 2 studios here in this garden. No surprise at all, but we found even more rotten flooring in the living room. In fact, it was wet when we unveiled it, which was, as you can imagine, completely disgusting. Thanks to the help of our friends, we were able to condense 2 days worth of work into one. I would have really struggled on my own because the floor itself is so heavy to lift up, so you'd need at least 2 people just to do that. Then you'd need to slice and separate the boards, and then you'd also need to transfer all of the boards elsewhere. So yeah, we were really lucky to have their help this weekend. So we have literally just moved all of that wood and placed it in here for the time being, and then at some point we need to just spend the day sanding each individual board down, and then maybe think about looking into different stains, kind of figure out what vibe we want to go for in the 2 studios. But yeah, that is one job jobbed. We also had our screed guy come just to kind of figure out what to do with the base flooring, because if you've been following along on the journey so far, then you know that we've been dealing with quite a lot of rotten flooring. It means that we unfortunately have to take up all of the base flooring throughout the whole bungalow. Which is going to be a job and a half, but it's fine, we're going to make it work. So far we've had the living room base flooring taken up. Thankfully, we actually found concrete flooring in the part of the living room that was once the extension. It meant that we didn't have to take up loads more rotten flooring. It was just in the sort of like the main bit where the sofa used to be. And then we had a spontaneous session on the garden. That felt good. We're going to move these radiators. It looks like poo. Quite heavy.
That's fine now. It's fine.
Everything is fine.
No, everything is fine.
We were going to sell those 2 seats, but really happy that we decided to burn them, as it's made the garden feel so much more open, and I think they would have been really difficult to sell anyway. I want to do like a proper garden video, but what I'm going to do is actually just show you around, give you a bit of a tour of the garden and kind of what we're working with at the moment. So this is actually the very back of the garden. We've got a river down here, which is really cute, although it's an overfill river. So sometimes it's filled with water, sometimes it's just really droughted. Then we've got a lovely greenhouse over here that I can't wait to do something with. And then we're gonna at some point clear all of this. And then we also want to do something with this. If you watched the first video, our tour video, I think we said something about how we weren't sure if we could do an Airbnb or not. We're kind of thinking maybe we can again, but we're kind of thinking like this area could be the perfect spot for this Airbnb. Just this whole corner could potentially become a mini Airbnb thing. Need to clear all of this as well. There's just trees just growing randomly in places. We don't get it, we don't understand. We're gonna have to take this tree out at some point because James wants a carport. A little bit heartbroken, but it's all good. We are keeping this tree. We're keeping most trees, to be honest. Like, we're definitely keeping our lovely fir tree. This is a willow, and then we've got our olive tree here. So we're definitely keeping more trees than we're getting rid of, so please do not worry. This is also a little random, little hidden away spot. And then got our cute little sheds. Oh, got a stick attacking me. Oh yeah, these pots are the ones that we're keeping. So this whole side is our kind of keeping pile. And then we've got all these other pots that we're gonna sell. This is gonna go to the tip. And we've got another cute little summer house. We'll put some stuff in here. And then all of this copper pipe's coming with us today. I'm gonna make that our mission. And then, oh yeah. And then this is where the radiators have gone, just for the time being. Look how cute the summer house looks on the side. Well, look, and then you can see the flooring. As for today, bit of a weird day because all we really need to focus on is base flooring, like taking up what's in the hallway. Except we've got my mum coming today because it's her birthday tomorrow. So I'm not really sure how much of that we're actually going to get done. So we did quite a lot of stuff yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, it was like a 2 days in one yesterday. So I think today we're a bit probably knackered. Don't have loads of time to get into something either. So
No.
we'll probably just potter a little bit.
The little jobs that we need to do in this living room, you took off the socket faces,
Yeah.
didn't you? Because we're trying to just save as much as possible. We've been advised that instead of getting really excited about socket faces, there's some quite fancy looking ones that we are hoping to get. What company are they from?
Dowsing and Reynolds.
Yeah, like really fancy. Definitely have a Google if you don't know what I'm talking about, because they are like top tier socket faces.
Fancy.
Very fancy. We're gonna hold off, and then we took off the lights that were in here because all of the electrics are now dud, void. I don't know what the
Yeah,
right term
we've
is.
just completely like cut off the old supply, put it on a new fuse. So we've only got like a couple of plugs, but it's just safer, I think. Some of the like fans were wired into the plug sockets and lights. Like there was a lot of random connections that happened. So yeah, that was pretty iffy.
This property has definitely brought us a lot more surprises than we first thought. But it's fine because we've been ready for a project like this for a long time. So we got what we wanted,
Yeah, I think
basically.
we wanted a complete strip out anyway. We wanted to know what we're dealing with, so it's the best way.
100%.
It's actually not too bad. Now we've gone through all the process of how we rewire and replumb and that, it doesn't seem that scary. And it's getting a bit warmer, which is quite nice. So it's actually quite nice to be down here
Yeah.
and enjoy the sunshine in the garden and just
Yeah.
getting a bit excited about whenever that day is going to be, that we can just stay a little bit. And
Yeah, that just seems like a bit of a dream at the moment, doesn't it? So I don't think I've mentioned this on this channel before, but we are technically already married, but we had our signing the paperwork day last year in June. It was a very small,
just a little celebration
Small
with some
affair.
close peeps.
small group of family
Yeah.
and friends. But this year we're having what was going to be our proper wedding. It's our blessing in a
Yeah.
woodland, which is really magical. So we're gonna have to start sort of planning and prepping for that very soon.
Yeah, and this is the fancy one. It's a bit more
This is
expensive.
like the
So-
one. The closer we get to summer, the less work we may have to do on this property.
Or hopefully we just get to a point where we're like, we can stay here, or it's like functional,
Yeah.
and then we might have to just take a month or
Yeah.
whatever to figure out our wedding. I mean, it might be nice to have a bit of a break then, because like I'm kind of looking for. We spoke about this last night, like just kind of having a bit of a treat, because we love traveling and getting away, and
It's our favourite
we're
thing to do.
obviously sacrificing a bit of that to do this property. It's not even
Yeah.
much of a sacrifice, but we're gonna just
Yeah,
I think
nice.
most weekends we're like down here and we're covered in dirt and stuff, so it'll be nice to treat ourselves.
If you look over on my channel, we do post a few videos about trips away and going to different
We
places.
could
So
vlog it.
yeah, we'll
maybe.
probably do like vlogs. But this is just as a, by the way, we may have a bit of a break
Yeah.
at some point on the lead up to the wedding in
Like June, because we're spending money on this, but we're not going mental yet. We will go
Yeah.
mental once we remortgage, but
Yeah, we're trying to do everything as cheaply as
Yeah.
possible. So it means we're doing the jobs ourselves
Yeah.
as much as we can possibly do, obviously.
and then when we remortgage or sell our apartment later in the year or whatever,
Yeah,
we can then actually throw some money at like getting an extension done and get some builders in.
Yeah.
And then obviously all the garden stuff at that point garage studios.
So just so you know what's going on,
Yeah.
we're still going to keep cracking on with the demo. So we've still got the base flooring to take up. We've got the toilet to move into what is our dining room.
Yep.
Which then means that we're going to knock down that temporary wall. And then, what side is it on? Your side. There's going to be a door open, so you'll be able to access the living room from basically where the toilet, the bathroom
there's
is.
like a temporary solution for now.
Also got the chimney that needs to come down, and then we're going to be creating like a natural doorway from the main bedroom into that space as well, aren't we? So
and this is all free stuff, like
that's
all
all
the
free
free
stuff.
layout changes that we can do, just knocking through walls and just creating a bit of a mess and then clearing up a mess. The next probably month or two, I'd say.
Yeah, so plenty of exciting things to stay tuned on. Jeez. Need to like just try and use as many different tools as possible. I might have to just, like you said, get the circular saw in. Oh, okay. This could take a long time. Well, yeah, we haven't actually told you guys, but we are kind of thinking of getting rid of these trees just because they don't actually fit in with our coastal cottage vibe that we're trying to create. So it's a little bit sad. I quite like this one because it hides the street light.
Yeah, I know.
But then this one I don't really care for as much. We're definitely keeping this one.
Will that go with all the coastal grasses?
It should do.
Yeah.
We know that these holly trees definitely don't.
Get a saw.
Okay.
Right. Oh yeah. YouTube video coming on. Do you want to be in? Do you want to be in it?
Make an appearance.
Sure. That's my lion.
Woohoo.
That's actually better. Like
That is
opens
so
up all the
much better.
because the sun's at the front as well.
Definitely opens up the space more.
Yeah.
I think. How long have we got left until we pick up my mama?
About 10 minutes we'll leave probably.
Okay. I'm going to press on this tree.
Hang on, what?
Oh no. There's a nest in it.
Could be empty.
Yeah, it looks like it is empty. Thank God. Is it not getting any smaller? I think we're going to leave that there for the time being. But look at this pile. Gonna have to cut all of that up at some point. Need to saw that, dig that out. But yeah, good old progress. Hee hee.